What's going on, team? Hope everybody had a great weekend and had a great Monday as well. It's Xander with Fates or Trading Academy. I just wanted to hop on real quick, show you guys some opportunities that are being presented for this week. Um, so we got about 5 to 7 ish stocks that are displaying a potential opportunity that would be a great in to get in on those. Um, and I also did want to do a quick recap on some of the stocks that we talked about last week. That way, you guys can kind of see how it all falls into place, right? So, last week in the last stock talk video, if you go back to the previous video, you're going to see that we talked about some of the stocks like UAA, Home Depot, Walmart, AIG, Bank of America, JBL, Chegg, and all of these saw a pretty explosive move this week that, right after we talked about it, they all kind of blew up. Um, and you had, the potential to make quite a bit of profits there if you would have just paid attention, took notes of these, and watched them and watched for the proper opportunities. Um, and just like we teach, as soon as it breaks through that EMA, that's your entry point, right? So, for example, let's take a quick look at UAA, which was one of the ones that we talked about in the last week's video. So on Monday, I came out with the video and I mentioned that as soon as we see this break, we're going to have a great entry for a potential upside. So on something like UAA, if you would have made this entry, you would have been looking at about 20 or 18.6, 18.8% profit potential, um, just by simply following, that dip that we discussed in the video. And as soon as we saw that break, we had this opportunity. Another one also blew up was HD, Home Depot. This one as well, we talked about also on Monday, last Monday. We talked about this dip. This was a great opportunity to enter. As soon as we saw this break of the SMA and this EMA, even if we got an in after we broke this EMA, from there to the top, that's about 2.5%. If you would have entered, that's on the break of the SMA, you would have been looking at about 3.48%. Not as big of a, profit margin there, but also, it still applies. We're still looking for that opportunity. We're still looking for that pattern, 2.3, 2.4%. It's not bad. Um, Another one was Walmart, WMT. This one also had a great buy opportunity. We talked about Monday. Once again, we found this dip. We saw this dip. As soon as we broke through this EMA, this was our entry point. So measuring it from the EMA to highs, that's also about 2.78%. Also another great opportunity. We're also approaching this SMA, so might want to continue watching this one. We've got earnings coming up, and then we've also have from the SMA to previous highs, we're looking at about another 6.2%. At this point, it is looking a little bit overbought, so might see a little bit of a pullback, might not. Kind of really depends at this point what happens throughout this week. But from last week till this week, great opportunity there. AIG was another one from last week. Also Monday, taking a quick look on Monday when we talked about it, we saw this dip opportunity. As soon as we broke this EMA, that's our entry point. Let's say we're measuring it from this EMA, not from the bottom, because we don't want to catch the bottom. We're trying to get confirmation. So from the EMA to current price, we're looking at about 11.6% there. That was also a great opportunity somebody could have taken advantage of. Another one was Bank of America, also a great opportunity, also one that we were talking about on Monday. We saw this massive dip. After that, we saw this break of the EMA. And let's say from the break of the EMA to current price, we're looking at 10% gains. Let's remeasure that from there to here, 10%, 10.6% gains. Just if all you had to do is just watch the stock talk video and take notes and pay attention to them, and you would have been able to get in on these moves. JBL was another one. Also on Monday, we talked about this pullback opportunity. We bounced off the SMA as soon as we broke the EMA. That was our entry point. From there to there, it's about 8.8% profit. And another one was Chegg. CHGG. Also, one that we discussed on Monday. So Monday we saw this pullback opportunity as soon as it broke this EMA. That was our entry point. From there to current prices, 12.5%. So I hope you guys gonna kind of see how this works, right? So these stock talks are here to help you, and for you to see these opportunities and decide on your own, is it a good opportunity for me to invest, right? Um, so if you guys find value in these, drop a like, drop some comments, tell me your thoughts on the videos and the content that you're getting in the videos. I'm here to help you guys, so I do want to see you guys succeed. So that's why I'm doing these weekly videos. So once again, if you guys found that helpful, drop a thumbs up. So now I'm going to hop into a few for this week. That was last week's that we talked about the week prior, and then it ended up playing out. And then this week, we're going to talk about a few as well. So some of these you should keep an eye on. Also, potential opportunities here. The list isn't too big on this one. There isn't too many great opportunities as of right now. There's always opportunities, but these are some of the better ones that I've found. So AMD, it is a little bit overbought, this one. However, we are approaching the SMA, so this one I did find interesting because we have been staying above this SMA for some time. We had some dips, but overall we're staying fairly close to this SMA, and so the fact that we're approaching it right now, potentially can see a break of this one. So from here to previous, the last high, that's about 3.7%. To previous highs, that's about 7.2%. To the resistance, it's about 2.6%. And you also have your support right there, which is about 3%. So this one's one to keep an eye on. I wouldn't say this is one of the better opportunities. This is just one that's interesting to keep an eye on for sure. Another one that I'm looking at is DKNG. This one had a fairly nice dip today. We did approach this previous resistance point, right, at 64.90, where we got rejected in September. So we did approach this. However, we do have earnings coming up, and we saw this pullback happen. So this is one that I'm going to definitely keep an eye on. If it has a continuation tomorrow might be a good entrance, especially if we're breaking through this. RSI is looking fairly good with this pullback that happened today. So it's a matter of really paying attention. Is it going to continue to sell off, or are we going to break? Well, we've broken above this EMA in after hours. So the question is, tomorrow, are we going to hold above it or not? And then are we breaking this resistance level? Paying attention to the MACD for sure. This one's also not the hottest opportunity, but definitely an opportunity nevertheless. Another one that I'm looking at is ROAD, ROAD. This one is having another great opportunity presenting itself. Major pullback. We've seen consistent holds above this SMA, continuously holding. Now we saw this pullback down to this SMA. We did just have earnings come out. So, that would explain some of this pullback happening. However, this one is presenting a great opportunity. With one, I'd definitely be watching, making sure that you're paying attention to the EMA and you're paying attention to the MACD and the RSI. As soon as we break this EMA, from here on out to previous highs, we're looking at about 21% profit potential. So this is one to pay attention to. Another one I was going to go over is LMND. This one is one from last week. It still has not played out completely. So we're still keeping an eye on this one. Definitely one that's going to, it has that potential. Same kind of story. We've got, a hold above this SMA for, quite some time, always holding above the SMA. Now we ended up pulling back basically to this SMA. Maybe we have a little bit more, but we are also forming a bull flag here as well. So this could be a breakout. And if we're measuring from the EMA to previous highs, we're looking at about 28-ish%. This one's definitely one to keep an eye on for sure. Another one, RSI is looking good. MACD, we're still pulling back. So it's basically in a consolidation period right now, but the opportunity is definitely there. Another one is EC. Massive pullback here we saw. This one we are above the SMA, we are above the EMA. So as long as we're staying above the EMA, I see potential, to run back up to 14-ish. That's about 15.8%. We are, about at 51 on the RSI. So we might have a little bit of a pullback or a bit of a resistance area maybe at this point over here, just based off of, this support level. So we might have some resistance up in 1288. However, still one I'd be paying attention to. Another one is Neo. This one is not having a great pullback situation, but it appears that we are in a consolidation period. Neo's been doing fairly well along with, Tesla and whatnot. So we've been staying above the SMA, came back, found support on SMA, came up, came back down. Now we're finding support again at the SMA. We're also consolidating. We're also, potentially playing out a bull flag as well here. So this one also one to be on watch. We had a lot of buying pressure today, and we are looking like we're approaching that resistance level. So tomorrow, if we break that, I can see higher highs. That's about 10%. If not, we're probably going to head back down to a previous support, which is at 55.79. That's about 4.8% downside. However, this is one I'd definitely be paying attention to as well. And HOG, this one's a great pullback opportunity. This one here, fairly consistent above the SMA. We did have a little bit of pullback here, but we broke right up above it again, and then we took off again, came back down, found support, came back up. Now we broke through. I believe it's due to earnings. Yep. So we did break through to the downside. However, we just, over the last, pretty much today, we just found confirmation on that EMA. We broke through that EMA, and then we had a continuation today. I'd be watching this one for a potential play right back up to, previous highs or general area above the SMA. This one's I'd be paying attention to. Previous highs, about 20% profit potential here. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this week. Some of the better plays. There are two other riskier ones. If you guys want to stick around, I'll share those. Those are riskier plays, but nevertheless, they are opportunities. So I'm going to put them out there. And if you guys are interested, you can definitely look into it and decide for yourself. So one of these is LGL. So this one had a pullback as well, massive pullback from 12.8 down to the SMA line at 10. Now we just broke through this EMA again. So from EMA to, let's say, previous highs, we're looking at about 20%. And that would put us just into the overbought territory on the RSI. We have plenty of room to run on MACD as well. And then the last one would be BTN. So this one, it's a little bit of, like I said, these two are fairly risky plays. Probably not one I would be too interested in going at, but we are seeing an increase in volume here. What I'd be watching is a breakout. This is one I'd be paying attention to for a breakout, if anything. Saw that massive pull run up, and then we had a pullback, and now we're consolidating. Our MACD is, starting to look fairly good. We could see a possible run up a little bit, and we have plenty of room on the RSI. So if we see a continuation, this one's maybe one that you can scalp. I wouldn't say this is a good, multi-day thing. This is an in and out real quick trade. If you see this thing running, probably, potential to jump into one of these. If it does run back up, which, this is a risky play, but if it does run up 24% to previous highs, that was about 70%. Not one that I'd suggest if you're just starting out, but, if you want to dabble, it's there. This is more so of a, this one's just interesting. I wouldn't say there's better opportunities that we discuss for you guys to actually put money into. This one's just maybe interesting to watch and see how it plays out. So that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe trading, stay smart, look for opportunities, manage your guys' risk, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great one.